Hey everyone, this is Haley from Cartooners bringing you some quite sad cartoon news. I'm here to discuss this with Michael as always.
What's up, guys?
So basically, we saw on the Twitter of Gumball, the Amazing World of Gumball, the creator of the show, Ben Boclet, that it seems like Gumball might be coming to an end soon. He said on the Twitter that they're bringing Gumball to its final episode at the end of season 6, but then also kind of what is weird is he later said that he's the one leaving, so it might not be the end necessarily, but if the creator's leaving, then it might not be a good thing in general.
Yeah, he literally, like an hour apart, contradicted what he said before. So he said, he said, "Hi guys, so yes, to clarify, we're bringing Gumball to its final episode at the end of season 6. And then an hour later, he said, also, I'm the one leaving after season 6, but it's not necessarily the end of the Amazing World of Gumball." So I don't know if he means that they changed the plans in an hour. Cartoon Network just like, oh yeah, maybe not, or if he means that there'll be more Gumball outside of the show. Maybe we'll start doing comics or a web series or something like that. That's a possibility, but definitely confusing.
Yeah, but at the very least, he's going to be done with it after season 6. But on the bright side, they're currently airing season 5, so we do have a while to go at the very least to keep your hopes up a little bit.
So, him leaving, like I said, if Gumball continues to air after season 6 and he leaves, that could be a problem for the quality of the show, as we've seen with shows like SpongeBob, Boondocks. Like, the show just kind of doesn't quite have the same charm that it did once the creator leaves. That might not be the case. There's really good writers and producers on board, so we might still be fine, but this is definitely could be a problem in the future.
Yeah, I agree totally. And if Gumball is ending, in the next year or two, then this is kind of like the end of an era almost, the early 2010 shows, which were pretty much Adventure Time, regular show, and Gumball. Well, those were the big three at least. Mm-hmm. And as we recently heard, it looks like regular show's final season is season 8, which is going to actually start airing soon.
Yeah, never really got a chance to watch regular show too much, but from what I've heard, it's really a good show. And it's, like you said, it's really an end of an era, because the 2010s kind of brought on this new animation golden age we're seeing, because we were in a big rut from 2004 to 2010, and then Adventure Time kind of came in, and then with Gumball and regular show, they kind of brought some more life into American cartoons. So it's definitely sad to see them go.
Yeah, so if regular show and Gumball go, then all we got is Adventure Time, which neither of us have watched either. We haven't seemed to watch any of these shows fully, but it's, right when we hear that they're so good, they're both, two of them are ending. We're like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. Luckily, we've seen Gumball. I really love Gumball.
Yes.
The animation, the writing, it's really clever, really, really awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it. Neither of us have seen all of it, but I've seen a good portion of episodes too, and I love the series because of all the references it makes, and also the animation, and pretty much everything about it. There's a couple of, not so good episodes, but that, it's every show. That's impossible to avoid almost. But there's more than enough to cover, so many amazing episodes to cover, the ones that aren't really that good.
Definitely. And it's episodic, so it's the fact that we didn't see it all isn't a huge problem.
Yeah, but actually, my favorite episode was, or that I know of so far that I've seen, is The Shell. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
It's where Penny comes out of her shell and she turns into the yellow, who Penny is, right?
Yeah.
Gumball's girlfriend. And she comes out of her shell and you get to see what she looks like. And it's really cool because, yeah. And so from then on, that's what she looks like. She looks like a different character, although it's, it's still her. She still acts the same. But she has cool powers and can fly and all that stuff. So it was kind of leaning towards that, just a very occasionally, I think. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's still mostly episodic, but
yeah, definitely.
I thought I like that a show can do that, can all be episodic, but at the same time still have some stuff for people that have watched it since the beginning, or like to look at all the little details of it.
Yeah, it adds a nice little touch to the show for sure.
Although one thing I will say is that the fandom of Gumball was never really that big, despite the show being pretty amazing, or at least to my knowledge. Or at the very least, it was overshadowed by other fandoms like Adventure Time or recently Steven Universe, which is, not. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it was such a great show, though.
Yeah, I think that leads again to it being not serialized, because Steven Universe, Adventure Time, serialized, so there's more of a story, there's more of a connection to the greater world of those shows, whereas Gumball is just a good show just to watch, you know what I mean? And it's been very critically acclaimed. There's been animators and writers who just really praise the show, and for good reason.
That's a very good point. Is there anything else you would like to point out about Gumball before we move on to upcoming Cartoon Network shows?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. I hope it sticks around. Hope it is just as good as it's been from what I've seen. If the creator leaves or if they end up canceling it, make comics, I'll definitely give them a read. But yeah, definitely sad to see it go.
Yeah, if it is going, then like I said, it's signaling the end of what made Cartoon Network great right now. So basically, upcoming shows that are confirmed right now are Mighty Magiswords and a Ben 10 reboot.
Yeah, I never. Ben 10's another one I haven't watched. Gasp. I might check the reboot out. It's like a complete reset, like a different continuity.
I think so,
completely.
Which I don't know what this. I mean, you continue and then I'll get into my story.
Okay, yeah. If it's a completely different continuity, I'll definitely check it out. If it's not, if it's like some sort of continuation, then I'll probably wait a little bit. And Mighty Magiswords, I've seen some of the shorts on Cartoon Network. It's pretty solid. It doesn't look very story driven. It looks more like it's just straight up comedy. I'll probably give it a shot because Eager Raptor from Game Grumps is in it, so I'll be like, all right, let me check this out.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'll probably check it out. It looks pretty funny, but we'll see what they end up doing with it.
Yeah, so for Mighty Magiswords, it was a game on the Cartoon Network Anything app, and I didn't think it was that good. I actually made a video on it a long time ago when it first came around on the app. But I did see a new clip for like the actual show recently, and I did laugh, so there could be hope for it. Like maybe it'll get better. Maybe they're deciding to actually, put a little more effort into it. Although it did always seem like the sword idea was really cool. How there's so many swords that they get to choose and they all have different powers, and it looks like they have personalities too. The swords, I'm not 100% sure, but there is hope for it being a good cartoon. And Ben 10, on the other hand, I don't really know about because maybe I can get it. Maybe I can give it some slack because it's a reboot. So compared to like the other ones, which are either sequels or Omniverse, was that even a reboot? I don't, because they showed younger Ben. So
I feel like that was a continuation, but I have no idea. I'm not Ben 10 savvy.
Yeah, I see. I stopped watching Ben 10 in the second series, Alien Force. But because I was a huge Ben 10 fan of the original series, and then Ben 10 Alien Force came around, and it just wasn't the same for me. Right. And I was really young, so I was like, so I liked anything back then, but then for some reason I just couldn't finish watching Ben 10 Alien Force. So there was always hope for me that though, like the original creators will totally come back and make the sequel or a reboot. And I think the original people are kind of working on it, or at least helping out more on this one more than the last three series.
That's good.
Yeah, but looking at the animation that I saw and also some other things, just how it looks, I don't know if I should put too much hope. Although, there always should be hope for that, because Ben 10 was amazing, in my opinion.
No, I feel like it's soon for a reboot, or I don't know if it's just me, like time just went that fast. But I feel like Ben 10 wasn't that long ago for them to be rebooting it.
The Omniverse?
No, for the new reboot coming out.
Yeah, but Omniverse, when that ended, I think it ended.
No, I don't.
14 or 15? Yeah, but it hasn't been that long. The original Ben 10 came out over 10 years ago, I think. But it's had like 3 other series now after it, and now this is the 4th. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
and also I'm just really mad what they did with Stinkfly in the new one.
Yeah, so it's really weird. So Ben 10 Omniverse ended in 2014, so they're already rebooting it. I just find that very strange.
It's a cash cow.
Is it?
Yes, billions of dollars.
Interesting. I did not know it was like that big of a cash cow.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Huh. I would figure they would like I don't really know the story well, but I figured they would like pass it on to a new protagonist or something rather than rebooting the whole series. But that's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Ben's character design.
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's I'm up in the air about it. I'll let you watch it since you're the classic Ben 10 fan, and then you tell me if I should watch it.
Okay, so besides Ben 10 and Mighty Magiswords, it looks like the only thing that could be coming out, as in original programming for Cartoon Network, is Lakewood Plaza Turbo, which was a pilot that was from, I think, 2013, and people thought it was dead because, nothing had been heard about it until this year when they made an app called OKKO, which had an original story and a bunch of other things about the show.
Yeah, the reason I think the show is probably going to get picked up as a regular series on Cartoon Network is because Ian James Courtley, who created the show, is also an executive producer on Steven Universe, and he's no longer working as an executive producer on Steven Universe. So that leads me to believe that he's probably focusing his time on making this show. And I could probably see, like you said, with the app coming out, I could probably see this show coming out like probably mid next year is my prediction.
Yeah, so I do have some hope for this show. Firstly, who's making it? Also, it's supposed to have like a bunch of references to anime and especially Dragon Ball, I believe.
Yeah, and Stephanie Naldoni, who young Goku and young Gohan, is going to be voicing the main characters, so that's really cool.
Yeah, so if you're an anime fan, you'll probably enjoy this show. But if you're not, there's probably going to be something for you to like too. The app was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I didn't finish it, but I did like how it was. So hopefully the same amount of love is put into the show as the app. So yeah, here's to hoping for that.
Lots of hope in this discussion.
I know it's coming from me because I'm sad to see these two shows go.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of give my best vibes for the upcoming shows. So we have more amazing shows, as in, the ones that are going away to replacing them.
Yeah, I think it'll be mostly good, like, because we're getting a lot of an influx. Like, I think a big reason why we're getting this new golden age of cartoons is because we're getting an influx of younger creators who grew up in like the 90s cartoon and stuff like that, and anime and video games stuff. So they have a lot of really great influences to draw from, and it really shows in shows like Adventure Time and Steven Universe and Gumball and stuff like that. So I think there'll be a lot of great new stuff down the pipeline. There'll be some bad stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when something makes a lot of money and then it kind of becomes super corporate at that point and not really about the art. But yeah, I think it'll be mostly pretty good.
Okay, so that pretty much wraps up what we had to talk about today. There is this news could be saddening to some, but also a new ray of hope for others about the end of one era, but the beginning of a new one. So let's hear what you have to say in the comments about the potential ending of a couple of Cartoon Network shows and the start of some other ones. Thanks for watching.
Later.